James Bond playing a high-stakes game of poker with a table of international spies and villains. Well, people within the intelligence community fear something very similar could actually play out in Northern Virginia, giving the estimated 10,000 foreign spies lurking in the D.C. area access to our nation's biggest secrets with a new casino proposal. State officials want a casino in Tysons, Virginia, and if approved, the tax revenue could be a major boon for the state, but Tysons is within minutes of top national security agencies, and critics believe international adversaries could obtain access to some of the people who hold our nation's highest security clearances, like the 20,000 federal employees working at various national security organizations like the CIA. Thousands more who work for the nation's largest defense and intelligence contractors like Boeing or Lockheed Martin. And there's a fear spies could even get closer to the people on military bases, one of which is located in Fairfax County, which is home to 13,000 active duty personnel. So I'd like to welcome in Ann Gruner, a former deputy director with the CIA and co-chair of the National Security Leaders for Fairfax. Thank you so much, Ann, for giving us some of your time. I know that you were not in favor of this, but I think a lot of people hear, a casino, and they automatically think, what kind of harm could really come from a casino? So, Ann, I would like your short answer as to, here's the problem, and then the long answer, here is the reason I disagree with it.
Yeah, the problem is location. Tysons is not National Harbor, Dumfries, Danville. We're talking about the largest concentration of people with the highest security clearances of anywhere in the country. And we feel it's not in our national interest to tempt them by virtue of proximity or ease of access. If you understand the nature of problem gambling, that it actually rewires your frontal cortex, it's considered an addictive disease like drugs and alcohol. Frankly, a few nights on fun in the town can become a life-destroying disease. And when, if and when this happens, these people will lose their jobs when it eventually affects the money. It comes to notice. And a lot of them have an amazing operational analytical expertise that simply cannot be replaced by new recruits, and it's not something you learn in academia. So there is that. But there's also the espionage factor. You mentioned 10,000 foreign intelligence officials in the area. You can guarantee that Tysons Casino will be under their scrutiny. Absolutely. And just in September 2023, the MGM casinos all had a major cyber attack that lasted like a week, and all of their clients' data, including social security numbers, were compromised. The FBI has warned about the significance in growing transnational crime. So we think this is just an unnecessary risk to tempt this huge mass of people with these knowledge and the loss of intelligence. We know about the cost of negative externalities of casinos, but the cost of losing intelligence secrets if they are subject to extortion is priceless, can be priceless.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact of, an estimated 10,000 spies in that area, obviously we know it just takes one to cause huge, potentially huge problems. But Ann, what is it about the proximity specifically that is a potential threat? Is it that it really does translate into ease of access?
I actually think it is largely that. I can think of myself, my friends, no one's gotten in the car and driven 45 minutes over to National Harbor. But if it's literally 2 miles down the road and you go a night on the town, or some people even live in the area, I do think it's largely the location and ease of access that is the large concern. By the way, Vladimir Putin, and I'm no fan of his, I fought the Cold War my whole career, But he recriminalized casinos and forbid having them in major cities. See, they couldn't be in major cities, and one of his advisors said they represent a national security concern. I mean, I hate to agree. I hate to agree with Putin, but I do think there's a point here.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.